Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. My name is Mide Nancy. If you're new here, you're welcome. I'm super excited to be filming this video and I hope you're as excited as I am. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about French visa refusal, denial, like what are the possible reasons why your visa was refused, or what are the possible reasons why your visa could get refused if you're planning to apply for a French visa very soon or in the future. And also, what do you need to do after visa refusal? What are the steps you need to take? So in the past couple of weeks or months, a lot of people have contacted me, and they were just like, oh, my visa application was rejected, or I was refused visa. I don't know what I did wrong. And then I had to tell them to send me like some of their documents for me to go through it, like the letter that the embassy sent to them, just for me to be able to confirm what really went wrong. And as time went on, I was able to figure out what happened, and I advised many people. And in the past couple of days, I've got lots of people telling me, oh, they reapplied and now everything is fine. They just want to thank me. So I decided to come on here and just, share this information and enlighten us and see some of the things that we should be careful of in the future. So if this sounds like something you're interested in watching, then let's jump right into the video. I'm just going to go straight into it. The very first thing that could cause a visa refusal, like the French embassy refuse to give you a visa or could deny your visa application, is because of incomplete documents. So this is something that you might think that, oh, it's not really a big deal. Why would they deny me visa because my documents weren't complete? They could have just asked me for this document and I would have forwarded it to them. Well, sorry about that. They can reject your visa if they feel like you don't have complete documents. If you're applying for a student visa, normally the campus France of your country will give you a list of documents. So campus France is the body or the organization that is set up to help citizens organization that is set up in various countries to help people that want to travel to France for study purposes. So that's their job. They're there to help you. So you're going to have a second interview with them just before your visa appointment. And normally they should give you a list of documents that you should take along with you to the embassy. So unlike many other countries in the world, France is one of those countries that you won't get to have an interview at the embassy. Nobody's going to sit in front of you and ask you questions. Why do you want to come to our country? Are you going to come back? France is not one of those countries. So for France, you're just going to submit a bunch of documents, and based on their discretion, they will choose to either give you visa or deny you visa. So your documents need to be complete. If you're not sure, or if you want to double check, you can always go to their website. Just type it yourself on Google. What are the documents needed for student visa, or what are the documents needed for tourist visa? The answers to all these questions are on Google. Just type it and then you're going to find your answer if you just want to double check with what Campus France already gave you. So be very careful with your documents. The second reason why they could refuse to give you visa, French visa, is because of fraud. So lots of people are into falsification of documents. So they ask you for travel insurance, they ask you for proof of accommodation, and you don't have these things. You've tried your best to get them and you couldn't get them, police record or whatever, and then you decide to pay someone off to give you a false document. Sorry to break the news to you, but most embassies are aware of this, how these fake documents look. Because they've had people over time who have used this same document. So immediately they see it among your document, they know that this person, as long as you have a false document, you are not qualified to enter inside their country. So they just reject everything altogether. So you might have the required proof of funds, you might have everything. You feel like, oh, we are resuming in 2 weeks, they would answer me quickly. Once they see a false document among your documents, they would reject it. Another big issue that is on and on and on and on is proof of funds. So you want to travel to France, there's a required amount. So most of people that contacted me like about 1 2 weeks ago, their visas were rejected or denied because of proof of funds. And they were like, oh, my uncle that stood in for me had like 10 million naira in his account. I also had like 2 million in my own account, both together 12 million, and they still rejected it. What do these people want? Some say the boyfriend of my auntie's uncle, this person had 15 million and they still rejected it. What do I need to do? How can I go about it? If you are using someone that is a distant relative, so you're using a distant uncle, auntie, or the in-law of your sister's husband, you need to be able to justify your relationship with the person. You can't just pick up someone somewhere because the person has money in their account and just use the person's name. You need to be able to justify. So you can put an like you can add an additional document that justifies your relationship with this person. If the person is married to your sister, you can put you know, your sister's birth certificate before she got married, then their marriage certificate to show that, okay, this person is my brother in law. This is my grandfather, even though we don't have the same surname. This. You need to be able to justify your relationship with this person. There's some people contacted me that could they use their friends. Maybe one of your friends just suddenly is a rich person has like 12, 15 million naira in their account, and you feel like, oh, let me just use this person. Unfortunately, it works for some people and it doesn't work for some people. So I'm not in the position to tell you that, oh, use your friend, don't use your friend. But if you have someone that is not your friend, that is a family, it could be the best. So definitely the best thing is just to look for someone that you know that will not question, like, oh, person trusts you and can stand in for you. If you are also going to be having huge amount of money in your account, you need to be able to justify how come, what do you do? Because I'm saying that, oh, I just finished bachelor's degree, I did Nigerian Youth Service Corps, NYSC, and then I suddenly have 50 million naira in my account as my proof of funds, and they can see my bank statement because they're going to request for your bank statement, I think 3 months, I think minimum of 3 months, 3 months to 6 months, and they just see that 50 million entered my account twice, 25, 25. Is the math is not mathing. So basically, you need because they will question them, they will ask themselves, like, where did this person get this 50 million or even 20 million? Like, it's too much for a young person. So you need to be able to justify, are you working, are you getting were you working over like 2 years and your salary was so amount, and then you're able to get so amount. So if you know you don't have that type of, you don't want to go through that stress, just use a parent. If you have that money in your account, you can send everything into your father's account or your mother's account gradually and let them stand in for you as your guarantor. The thing about proof of funds is that for France, because a lot of people keep asking me, I've mentioned it in several videos, but I'll mention it again. For France, you need minimum of 615 euros per month. So 615 euros times 12 months. That's around 7,000 something, which in Naira, because I'm talking in Naira because I'm Nigerian, 7,000 something euros, which in naira equals approximately like 8 million. So if you are going to be showing proof of funds, you cannot show proof of funds of 10 million, because if your father has 10 million in his account and is using 8 million to sponsor you, what is he supposed to feed on? What is the rest of the family? How much are they supposed to feed on? So you need to have at least times two of that amount. So if France is requiring 8 million, the proof of funds that you need to bring out shouldn't be less than like 15M. I'm not saying necessarily you need to have 15M and then you're like panicking. I'm sure there are some people that have used 13, 12, and it worked fine for them. There are some people that maybe the person that stood in, because there was someone as well that contacted me. The person that stood in for the person was his mom, and the mom is in France. So the mom used a French account. I think she had about maybe 9,000 or 10,000 euros, and his visa was still rejected. So I told him, I also explained to him that she needs to have double the required amount, because if your mom is in France, they know that life in France already is not easy. So you coming to France, out of a 10,000 euros, you are studying with 8,000. What's your mom supposed to feed on? Let's say your mom also declares that she has other children in France and everything. So you just need to be very careful when it comes to proof of funds. Look for someone that's, or a group of people that will just put everything together, and then you can I mean, I'm not going to teach you how to go about it. It is your proof of funds. So do your math. The very last reason that I'm going to talk about here, why you can possibly get a visa refusal, is if they just feel like they don't want to give you, you won't come back. Their intuition. Basically, the people working at the embassy are experts that have been trained for this. That's their job. Over the years, they've had several cases. And like I said earlier, for French embassy, they don't interview. They just collect your documents. So if they put your documents together and they just feel like something feels off, let us refuse it, they refuse it. So what are the things that could feel off? Okay, you're applying for a tourist visa and you don't have a job in your country. You just finished bachelor's degree. Who are you going to visit? Or visit visa? Who are you going to visit? You just want to go and spend money, like, and you are showing proof of fund of 10, 15 million, but you don't have a job, you don't have anything. It's obvious that they might feel like you just want to go to France and you will not come back. You're a young person, you are not married, you don't have a job, but you have huge amount of money in your account and you want to go for as a tourist. It's just logical. They just feel like, you know, you're not going to come back because there's nothing holding you back in your country. Like, you don't have a stable income, you don't have something that they can point to, that, oh, this is what this person is doing, this thing we want this person to come back to continue it. You don't have such engagement, you don't have family, like children, you don't have wife, you're not. So that's one. Another reason is maybe you use an agent. Most people that do their application themselves and everything, mostly they don't have problems. But when you use an agent as well, some agents, they're already like on blacklist with all these embassy people, and they won't tell you because they want to make money. So at the end of the day, when you get rejected twice, they'll just keep telling you sorry, sorry. And for them, they've collected their pays. There's nothing you can do at the end of the day than to, you can't sue them. They did their job. So there are some agents that are already on blacklist. Maybe the embassy already knows that those agencies don't exist, or they're just fake, they falsify documents. So once they see like one of the documents that the agent, because there are many people that want to travel out but they are very gullible, they just give agents 2 million and they say, let me do everything together, let me do everything together, give me appointment date. On appointment day, agent just give you a bunch of documents, you don't know what's inside. You just go to the VFS, that's the visa processing office, and just dump the documents there. You don't even know what's inside, you don't know which one is fake, which one is true, basically. So it's your money, your hard-earned money, that's just wasted. So you have to be very careful. Another reason why their intuition could just make them deny you visa is when there's no correlation. Like, you know, this is not to judge anybody, but you are 35, 40 years old, you want to go and do bachelor's degree in France, and on your profile you explain that you have a business in Nigeria, the business is doing well, that's how you're able to have your proof of funds and everything. It just doesn't relate, because at that age, someone that has a business that is doing well, you shouldn't be thinking of going back to go and do a bachelor's degree. I mean, there are many people at old ages, they realize that, oh, I feel like I want to go back to school. But sometimes the embassy can just feel like, no, this person is too matured and has a lot of things going on for this person to want to come back. So they might just feel like they will refuse your visa. So those are just like scenarios of why they can just feel like no, because I'm just, sometimes you just have to put yourself in their shoes. Like, if I'm a visa agent and I'm seeing applications, of course there are many fake ones among them. After separating those ones, then the other ones, we have to take time to reason together that this person. So basically, that's what I'm trying to say. One thing I'll just say is that be careful. There's also visa ban. It's possible for them to ban your visa indefinitely. Like, you are not allowed to apply for visa to go to that country because they've banned you. You can't even go to that country for the next 10, 20, 50 years, or indefinitely. So you can apply for, you can be, your visa can be rejected first time, second time. Try not to get a third time. So once your visa gets rejected the first time, like denied the first time, try All these things I've mentioned, try to look at your application again. What is it that you feel like you're not doing well? Yeah, some people also falsify their bachelor's degree or like prior degrees, professional experience, they falsify all those things. So be very careful. If you know you have a falsified document, or maybe the agents just told you don't worry about it, stop. Because if you do it a third time, apply a third time, and they choose to ban it, that's the end for that country. And sometimes when you are banned in one country, like okay, France is part of Schengen. So if you are banned from entering France, it's possible they blacklist your name. I'm not saying they will, but it's possible they blacklist your name. Other countries might also have access to banned names so that they can reject those people as well whenever they get applications from those people. So be very careful. After you've been refused visa the first time or the second time, what do you need to do? First thing, you have to go over everything I've said. Make sure that your documents are well aligned. Make sure that there's no false documents. If you are using an agent, make sure that you sit down with the agent, know what the agent is actually doing for you, be involved in the process. Know which, if the agent is the one writing personal statement for you or whatever, you need to know what the agent is writing there, because sometimes these agents just use the same letter for like 50 candidates or 20, and all these candidates are applying for the same country. So as someone who is working at the embassy, I get 20 applications, and let's say there's a letter or a document, and for everybody it's the same, just the names that are different. It's already like a no for all of them. So you have to really be careful. If there's some things you need to tweak and change yourself, do that. Regardless of the amount you paid to the agent, you just need to be involved in the process. So if your previous visa was denied, you can reapply. Another thing you can do is to contact campus. If you are going for a student's if you are going for study purposes, contact campus France, walk into their office, tell them, show them all your documents, because sometimes some things that we don't realize, they would be able to realize it. So show them the documents, tell them the problem, tell them what happened, show them the letter that the embassy sent, so that they can help you go through your documents again and propose, possible solutions as well. I believe that if you do all these things that I mentioned, if your visa have ever been rejected or refused or denied, you should be able to get a visa approval when you try again. So let me know in the comment section if you have questions regarding this. You can also send me a message on my social media, and I would try as much as possible to reply everybody that sends me messages. But I'd prefer you leave the message down in the comments below. Please and please and please don't leave without giving this video a thumbs up. You can just click it. It's just a like button somewhere here. It helps YouTube know that I'm talking to human beings, and it can in turn it makes YouTube share my videos, share my video with other people, so that someone else can learn from it. Maybe you're not traveling to France, but you know someone that is planning to travel to France. Please share this video with them, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.